got hands that wanna clap. I got all wheels on the track. What a day. I got coffee in a cup. I got arrows pointing up. I got 3 sevens, kinda luck. What a day. Rolling with my friends, nights that never end. Do it all again. What a day. Records getting played. Dude, I just got paid. She just looked my way. What a day.
What a day, what a day. Good things coming my way. What a day, what a day. Hey.
Oh, what a day. I'm on my way.
What a day.
All I can say. Oh, what a day. Oh, what a day.
What a day.
What a day! I got new shoes on my feet. I got a good name on the streets. I got no place I gotta be. What a day! I got more cash in the bank. I got more gas in the tank. I got green lights all the way. What a day! Charles Barkley skills, $100 bills, new rims on my wheels. What a day! Walking on the beach, sunset looking sweet. She just kissed my cheek. What a day.
What a day, what a day. Good things coming my way. What a day, what a day.
What a day.
What a day. I'm on my way. Good morning. I was just getting to the good part, but I'm going to interrupt and let's have the graduates please sit. All right. Well, good morning. I am Bruce Blonigan, Edward Melita Steen of the Lundquist College of Business, and it is my great honor and pleasure to be here today to share this special moment with our graduates, their family and friends, and our faculty and staff. Today, we are celebrating our graduate programs at the Lundquist College of Business. Completing a graduate degree is a major achievement that few accomplish. In the United States, less than 15% have a graduate degree, while the percent of the world population with a graduate degree is likely more like 1 to 2%. And of course, completing such a degree at a top business school like our Lundquist College of Business is even more impressive. The graduates today come from our diverse portfolio of graduate programs, each with their own obstacle course to navigate. First, we have our one-year master's programs, our Masters of Accounting, or what we call the MAC program, and our Masters of Science and Finance, or MSF program. They put their students through a year-long gauntlet of difficult courses that quickly train them in the highest levels of accounting and financial analysis. Just listen to the titles of some of these courses, and I hope you guys don't get PTSD here. Financial statement analysis, strategic cost management, quantitative methods in finance, accounting and data analytics, taxes and business strategy, hedge fund trading strategies. So obviously, these degree programs are not for the faint of heart or the quantitatively challenged. But the rewards are very high. MAC and MS graduates, you are in high demand and armed with the analytical tools and industry knowledge that will be critical to your success. Now, our MBA students sign up for 2 years of fun. You come to us with prior experience already in hand and have made the courageous decision to come back to school in order to acquire more skills to either pivot in your career trajectory or take it to the next level. You get outstanding instruction from both research professors and practitioners, but in a program like this, a substantial value comes from engaging with a set of already successful colleagues to explore and collaborate as you take on the course topics. You learn from the faculty and each other the complicated task of managing organizations and people. The camaraderie and engagement that builds in our MBA cohorts through the collaborative projects and trips is always so inspiring to see. And then there are our PhD graduates, who we are also celebrating today. They typically spend 5 years of intense studying and writing to earn the highest degree one can in a discipline. Their first 2 to 3 years are spent taking rigorous courses in their area of study, while the final 2 to 3 years are spent completing original research at the highest level. With a PhD, you are qualified to do almost anything in your field, and most of our graduates go on to be professors at other institutions, which is true for all of our PhD graduates today. However, I will caution our PhD graduates, something that my son gave to me when he was 5 years old. Just because people will now address you as doctor does not mean that you're qualified to help people when they're sick or injured. It's really important to know. I've had to learn it a few times. Okay, so to all of our graduates, I hope that our programs gave you much more than just cutting-edge skills, frontier knowledge, and strategic insights. I hope they also developed your leadership capabilities and a culture of balance, community, inclusion, tolerance, and collaboration beyond the boundaries of this program to positively engage and impact other parts of our community. In a world of growing polarization, we need leaders who understand that we desire and need nuanced and balanced approaches to the many complex problems we face today. And that ambition should be balanced with empathy and tolerance for others, while passion should be balanced by the ability to interrogate ideas with others dispassionately. You are the current and future leaders of our community, and we're incredibly honored and proud that you chose us for your degree. As you take a culture of balance, community, inclusion, tolerance, and collaboration beyond the boundaries of this program to foster positive relationships and create value throughout different areas of our community, the world will be a better place. Class of 2025, we are extremely proud of you and honored to be here today to celebrate your accomplishments. Faculty, staff, families, and friends, please help me in congratulating them with our applause. And before turning to the rest of our program, I also want to acknowledge our family and friends who are here and have supported these graduates, including the many fathers who are joining us today on Father's Day. Thank you so much. Great. And now it is my pleasure to introduce Robin Clement, Emeritus Senior Lecturer 2 of Accounting, who will offer a thoughtful perspective to this meaningful celebration. Robin.
I want to add my congratulations to all of you. Oops, here we go. So I'd like my models to come up. Angie Davis, Senior Associate Dean of Academic Programs, and Eric Ford, Senior Instructor of Business. They are. So graduate commencement ceremonies are often referred to as hooding ceremonies because the hood represents the attainment of an advanced degree. I would like to explain the origins of our academic regalia, including the hood. The colorful and distinctive garb conspicuous at commencement ceremonies had its origin in the High Middle Ages, the 12th and 13th centuries, when the university itself came into being. Emerging universities grew up in the shadow of the church. It should not be surprising, therefore, that the cap, the gown, and the hood grew out of clerical dress of that period. So let's talk about the gown. The sleeves of bachelor's degrees are pointed. The master's degree have long closed sleeves with a slit at the arm or the wrist. And doctoral degrees, full bell sleeves. And the doctoral degree has velvet down the front and 3 bars of velvet on the sleeves. Now let's talk about the cap. When Roman law freed the slave, he won the privilege of wearing a cap. The academic cap is a sign of freedom of scholarship and the responsibility and dignity with which the scholarship endows the wearer. Old poetry records the cap of scholarship as a square to symbolize the book. When you graduated from your undergraduate degree, you moved the tassel on the cap from the right side to the left, indicating you graduated. Advanced degrees are recognized by being hooded. The hood is the most colorful and distinctive element of academic garb. Another medieval relic, it descended from cowls worn by monks to ward off old cold drafts in English and Irish monasteries. The master's hoods, Eric, you want to turn? There you go, are 3.5 feet long, and doctoral hoods are 4 feet long and have panels on the sides. You can turn around. Well, maybe not, but anyway. Now, what's the significance of the colors? The hood should be lined with the official colors of the institution conferring the degree, and the lining should be worn exposed. So, Eric, who has an MBA from the U of O, he has yellow and green in lining his hood. And don't get mad, but Dean Davis graduated from the University of Washington, and so she has the, is it gold? Is it gold or yellow? Yellow and purple lining hers, and she's a wonderful person.
Thank you, Robin.
Absolutely. All right, so the velvet on the hood for business graduates is light brown. Its official name is drab, which in my opinion is not really a good description of our graduates. They are bright and moving into exciting new adventures. So thank you very much. I have one more, this is more of a practical thing for those of you who are graduating today and being hooded. Make sure that there's like this little string on the back, there's a little button. Make sure that that's undone on your hoods because it's hard to hood you when it's all there. The other thing is if you have long hair, please make sure that your hair is outside the hood, not stuck in there because the pictures look really not something you would want to keep. Okay, well, congratulations. And now I have the pleasure of introducing Ryan. I know your last name, but thank you, Ryan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ryan Rahnel, and I'm the Director of PhD Programs for the Lundquist College of Business. Each year, the PhD students vote to elect a speaker for commencement. The elected speaker may be who best represents the ethos of the program, who has performed exceptionally in research and/or teaching, or very simply, who is a captivating person with a story worth listening to. This year, I am delighted to announce that our speaker encompasses all of these characteristics. So at this time, I would like to call Hunter Richard Pearson, our PhD graduate in accounting, to the podium for his address.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Ryan. It's an honor to be speaking on behalf of the PhD class of 2025. My fellow PhD graduates are truly impressive. Brian, Christy, and Hannah have all done exceptionally well during their PhDs, while also being amazing parents. And they are universally loved by their peers. Hannah and I have shared an office for the past 5 years, and she's one of the hardest working people I know. Death, taxes, and Hannah being in the office are the three certainties of life. When I left my home state of Texas in 2020 to move to Oregon, I was pretty sure I wouldn't enjoy my new home. Thankfully, I've been proven wrong. I've met so many amazing friends here in Oregon. Despite TLC's warning, I've chased my fair share of waterfalls. I fulfilled my lifelong dream of having an accounting-themed sign featured on college game day. I still think Ryan Day depreciates land. And I've enjoyed countless dance parties in the office with fellow PhD students who will remain nameless for their own protection to celebrate surviving yet another microeconomics class. However, my PhD journey has also included a lot of stress and uncertainty. I think I speak for my fellow graduates when I say we would not have made it this far on our own. I would like to thank every member of the UO accounting faculty for the role they have played in my development as a researcher. I'm particularly thankful to Kyle Peterson and Van Kolpen for serving on my dissertation committee. I am very grateful to my dissertation co-chair, Brady Tweet. He has made me a better writer and a better researcher, and he was there for me every time I needed to hear that things would be okay during the job market. When I met my other dissertation co-chair, Jae-Woo Kim, over 5 years ago, we spent 30 minutes in his office discussing how managers learn from stock prices. That meeting, more than anything else, convinced me that I should get my PhD at the University of Oregon. That ended up being one of the best decisions I've ever made. Jae-Woo, thank you so much for the time you've invested in me. Being able to learn from you and work with you these past 5 years has truly been an honor. I am blessed to have you as my mentor. I'm also very thankful to my friends and family who have supported me throughout this PhD journey. In particular, I'd like to recognize my parents, Henry and Kathy Pearson, who are here today. Mom and Dad, thank you for always being there for me. I love y'all very much. It's a privilege to be your son. When I found out I was going to be speaking today, I tried to come up with some advice to share with the class of 2025 because, well, that's what you're supposed to do in a graduation speech. But the truth is, I don't know what is going to happen in your lives any more than I know what is going to happen in mine. I have plans for my life, but if the past 5 years have taught me anything, it's that things rarely work out the way I planned them. I didn't think I'd ever be graduating from a Big Ten school when I enrolled at UO, but here we are. The only thing we can control is how we respond when things don't go according to plan. In order to do that, it is essential that we determine what is most important to us. The things that are most important to me are summed up by Micah 6:8, which says, "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." My plan, when all of my other plans fall apart, is to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with my God. I encourage each of you to reflect on what you value most so that you will be ready to respond when things don't go according to plan. Congratulations, class of 2025, and Sco Ducks.
We now enter the part of the program that celebrates our PhD graduates. As Dean Blonigan mentioned, the PhD is the highest degree offered by the College of Business, and it represents both mastery and novel contribution to a specific field of study. It encompasses years of intensive coursework, a rigorous qualifying examination, original research in the form of a dissertation, and a public defense of that dissertation. This year, we have 4 students graduating across 3 of our PhD programs. Graduates, we at the Lundquist College of Business are all so proud of your dedication and accomplishments. We live in unprecedented times in higher education, a time in which excellence in scholarship, pedagogy, and leadership can have an even more profound impact on society. As I look at all 4 of you, I am confident that we are placing both the Academy and tomorrow's leaders in capable hands. Congratulations to you all. At this time, I would like all the PhD graduates and their advisors to please line up. I will be reading each graduate's name, their thesis title, their advisor's name, and their words of thanks as their dissertation chair hoods them. PhD graduates, after you're hooded, please walk to Dean Blonigan to receive your diploma cover and pose for a photo. First, from the Management PhD program. Good, okay. First, from the Management PhD program, Brian Downs. Dissertation title, Essays on Perception, Performance, Policies, and People. Chair, Lauren Lanahan, Associate Professor of Management, Inman Research Scholar. Brian thanks the incredible village behind Team Downs and gives all his love to Trevor and Andrew, the best kids a dad could ever ask for. Next, from the Finance PhD program, Christine P. Downs. Dissertation title, Essays in Household Finance, Consumption Under Political Uncertainty and Mortgage, market refinancing frictions. Chair, John Chalmers, Abbott Keller Professor of Finance. Christine thanks her wonderful family and faculty advisors for their support. Your presence makes this joyful achievement even more special today. Next, from the Accounting PhD program, Hunter Richard Pearson. Dissertation title, Cooperative Strategic Disclosure. Co-chair, Jae-woo Kim, Associate Professor of Accounting, Booth Research Scholar. Co-chair, Brady Twett, Arthur Anderson Chair in Accounting, Texas A&M. Hunter would like to thank the accounting faculty, his family, and his friends for their support over the past 5 years. And finally, from the Finance PhD program, Yuan Yuan. Dissertation title, From Conflict to Trust, Fiduciary Duty and Financial Advisor Misconduct. Chair, Yuchong Wu, Associate Professor of Finance, John B. Rogers, Research Scholar. Yuan would like to thank her advisor, Yuchong Wu, all the faculty members in the Finance Department, and her family for their support through this journey.
Hello, I'm Colette Nyland, Associate Dean for Advising and Student Experience, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this special celebration of the class of 2025. Today, I have the honor of recognizing the outstanding achievements of our graduating students from the Master of Accounting, MS in Finance, and the MBA programs. Each year, our faculty and administrators grow deeply connected to our students. It's the resilience, curiosity, and camaraderie which leave an impression on all of us, and this class in particular will be dearly missed. Commencement is my favorite day of the year. There is a unique energy in the air, confidence from graduates who have risen to the challenges of a rigorous business education, love from the family and friends who have supported them, a touch of nervous excitement about what lies ahead, and a shared joy for the friendships and memories forged along the way. So it's in this spirit of celebration and gratitude that we now turn to recognize some of the exceptional accomplishments within this remarkable class. Before we begin recognizing academic honors, let's take a moment to express our gratitude to the active service members and veterans among us, both graduating and in the audience. If you are able and willing, please rise so we may recognize your service. Thank you. Now I'd like to recognize the class of 2025 valedictorian for the Master of Accounting program. This coveted title, they are very competitive by the way, is awarded to the student who has reached the pinnacle of academic achievement, earning the highest cumulative GPA in their program. This individual has demonstrated exceptional mastery of complex academics and a steadfast commitment to excellence. When I call your name, please stand. The class of 2025 Master of Accounting valedictorian is Camden Vaught. You're going to be hearing his name a few more times, so he better get used to getting up. Congratulations, Camden. Next, we honor the MBA valedictorians. This group of students has also achieved the highest academic distinction in their program and respective pathways. These individuals have excelled across a rigorous and diverse curriculum, showing both intellectual strength and leadership throughout their time with us. When I call your names, please stand and be recognized. Our class of 2025 MBA valedictorians are Ryan Eric Eichmann in the 2-year MBA program, Kenneth Nichols in the 1-year accelerated MBA program, Melissa Bain in our part-time Flex MBA program. Congratulations. In addition to academic excellence, we also recognize students who have made a meaningful impact on our community through leadership, service, and collaboration, as recognized by our college awards. This next group of recognition reflects the values we hold dear and are especially meaningful because they are determined, depending on the award and program, by faculty, staff, and their fellow peers. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Outstanding Master of Accounting student, Camden Vaught. School of Accounting Award for Excellence, Ryan Gleason. Outstanding Master of Science, Outstanding Master of Science in Finance Student Award, Nicholas Peter Slayton. Outstanding Master of Business Administration Student Award. There was a tie this year. Jeremy Pledger and Jillian Weber. Congratulations. Thank you for your contributions. You may be seated. And lastly, we'd like to celebrate our Beta Gamma Sigma members. Beta Gamma Sigma is the International Honor Society for business students with exceptional academic achievement. Students who are in the top 20% of their graduating class are invited to join. This year's Beta Gamma Sigma recipients are notated in the 2025 Commencement program. Beta Gamma Sigma members, please stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. Please join us in one last round of applause for all of the outstanding students. Continuing the celebration of excellence, it's now my pleasure to introduce our next student speaker, representing the Master of Accounting program. Camden Vaught exemplifies the spirit of this graduating class. A proud Oregonian, Camden grew up in Springfield and graduated from Springfield High before earning his Bachelor of Accounting from the University of Oregon. That makes him a double duck. After graduation, Camden will be preparing for the CPA exams. So easy. No worries. And is set up to begin his career as a tax accountant at Moss Adams, soon to be Baker Tilly. Camden, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Colette. How's that? How's the volume, everybody? Good? Hey, before I start, I'd just like to thank everybody here today. You know, whether you're a friend or your family, or you're just here for the food at the end of this, No shame in that, by the way. I know I have some people here for that reason. Now, I'm expected to say something wise or maybe profound, and if that's what you're looking for, just be patient. I promise I'll be off the stage in a couple minutes, and I'm sure the folks after me can give you that. But don't expect any enlightenment from me today, because I've spent some time thinking about it, and I'm not really sure what wisdom I have to impart on you all, because the truth is, the vast majority of you in this audience have far more life experience and wisdom than I do. So while I may not have anything prophetic to say, I do still have a couple messages that I'd like to share. 3, actually. Start with this. When I look back on this year, I don't think what got us here was some innate gift for accounting. I don't think I only speak for myself when I say that this was absolutely the hardest academic year of our lives. It came anything but easy. But that's the point. We didn't get here because we were smarter than everybody else and everything just comes so easy. We're here because we made the decision to keep going. We pushed ourselves. We chose to learn, and perhaps most importantly, we were just too stubborn to quit. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this program was the absolute hardest thing in the world, because I know we have parents in the audience, and I'm sure that raising kids makes grad school seem like a weekend retreat. But it was hard. Lots of late nights, long days, a borderline unreasonable amount of group projects. It sort of feels like they locked us out of our comfort zone on day one and then just threw away the key. But even with that being said, I truly believe that anybody can do this. But not everybody did this, we did. And I think that's something to be proud of. Yeah. All right, so that's message 1, and that was sort of about how we got here. And message 2 is about what we're going to do now that we are here. And if you're anything like me, you've treated this entire year. Today's going to be the day that we finish it all. It's the culmination of everything. Finally, we're done. But standing here today, it's clear that this isn't the end of anything. It's just the start of something new. I mean, sure, the degree probably won't hurt on the resume, or at least I hope it won't. But its job is to open doors for us, not walk us through them. Because at least from what I keep hearing, nobody's going to be standing there with a trophy for us when we go to work. Seems like nobody really cares what you did yesterday. They care about what you're doing today and then what you're going to do tomorrow. That's a little exhausting if you ask me, but I think it's important because no matter how many degrees or awards or licenses or certifications that you have, none of them can do the work for you. You still have to show up and put your best foot forward every single day, because when it comes down to it, credentials shouldn't replace effort. And that actually brings me to my third and yes, final point for any of you getting impatient, which is that showing up isn't just about your job. It doesn't start when you clock in and end when you clock out. It means so much more than that. It means being there for your friends, your family, your community. It means taking that call even when you're tired. It means checking in, being present. It means telling people you love them and letting them love you back. I could not have done this year without the support of my classmates, without my friends and family, and I know that's true for a lot of us. So thank you. I mean, really, thank you to everybody here today, because just by being here, you showed up. And if there's anything I hope we take with us, it's that degrees are cool, but community's cooler. So lean on your people and let them lean on you, because without them, none of this means anything anyways. So that's it for me. So one more time, seriously, thank you to everybody here celebrating with us. You all have made this moment so real, and you've made it matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Cam. Appreciate you. Well, greetings, graduates, family, friends. I'm Stephanie Peel. Some may know me by my alter ego, Professor Peel. It's my privilege to move our celebration forward today with the important business of proceeding with the hooding ceremony and awarding of degrees for the Master of Accounting class of 2025. Woot woot! In just a few moments, each of you Master of Accounting graduates will stand up one row at a time, starting with the first row, and you'll proceed down here to our ramp. I have the great honor of announcing each of you as we recognize all the hard work you've invested in the road to receiving this degree. Hand me your name card as you approach, and I'll read your name and any words of gratitude you've provided. Then, please walk to Jen, hand her your hood, turn and face the audience, give them a nice smile. Less creepy than that, sorry. And bend your knees slightly. Some of you, more than slightly, you know who you are. Then Jen will place the hood over your head. If you've got long hair, you'll probably need to adjust it. Once your hood's been placed, and then you'll walk to Dean Blonigan, who will hand you your diploma cover and shake your hand. At this point, please stop and pose for your pic with the dean. You can't miss our photographer down here. And then you'll walk off the stage and return to your seat. Now, one final word, graduates, before we begin. This goes for you MBA and MSF students as well. If you open your diploma cover and you see that it is empty, well, it's kind of awkward. I guess we'll see you again in fall. No, just kidding. Don't panic. There's no cause for concern. Everyone's diploma cover is the same, totally empty. You'll receive your official diploma in the mail later this summer. So without further ado, Jen, Bruce, Kata, please take your places. Oh, no, here it is. Okay. Max students. First row? Well, all of you, I guess. Please stand up. And we are ready. Camden Vaught. Camden would like to thank his friends and family for their support through this journey. Rihanna Lynn Strain. Rihanna would like to thank her family and happy Father's Day. Sean Donahoe Hanson. He'd also like to thank his family and happy Father's Day too. Mackenzie Elizabeth Morris. Also happy Father's Day. Jalen McCurdy. Jalen would like to thank his parents, sister, and grandparents for their support throughout his academic journey. Connor Paul Anderton. Connor would like to thank his professors, parents, and especially his grandparents for their continued support of his college education. Jacob Eilers. Isabella Farwell Summers. Andrew Peasley. Bridget Tanabe Easley. Kiki Ma. Kiki would like to thank her family, friends, and mentors for their support, encouragement, guidance, and inspiration throughout this incredible journey. Olivia Morris. Olivia would like to thank her family and partner for their support throughout this journey. Diana Louie. Sarah Elizabeth Luganville. Lucas Thomas. Trey Treelor. Getty Ali. Jaime Castro. Jaime would like to thank his family, friends, and most importantly, his parents for supporting him in every step of his life. Thomas Gregory Osborne. Derek Joshua Lakeman. Josh would foremost like to thank his wife, Lily, for her continuous love and support through this program. He also thanks his family for their unwavering encouragement. Ryan Glasheen. Solomon Ellis. Solomon would like to thank his parents and family for supporting him all the way through this journey. He wouldn't have made it without everyone. Madison Brown. Maddie would like to thank her parents for all their support throughout her academic journey. Emma Robards Wagner. Amar Krishna Rao Rupnawar. Last but certainly not least, Omani Perkins. Omani would like to thank his family for his support throughout this journey. Well, thank you, grads, and congratulations. All right, now I'd like to welcome to the podium our next student speaker from the MS in Finance program, Michael Trent. Michael Trent is receiving his Master of Science in Finance from the University of Oregon with a focus on data analytics applied to markets. As president of the Masters in Finance Student Association and as a senior research analyst with the Oregon Quant Group, he built a proprietary trading program and mentored peers. A Beta Gamma Sigma honoree, Michael's passionate about data-driven research and plans to pursue a career in equity research.
All right, man. You know, I've never been fond of public speaking, but the venues keep getting bigger and then there's more and more people. So here we go. Good morning. Thank you so much for being here with us today and supporting all of us here. Before I begin, I want to take a moment to say a few thank yous. I want to thank Kata and Brizelda for always being there, for giving us advice when we need it. I want to thank Ro for pushing us to do the best that we can and for always pushing us to our limits and outside of our comfort zones, knowing that we can handle it. And I want to thank Derek for taking us to New York and showing us the time of our lives. And I want to thank my mom, Nancy, and my sister, Melissa, for giving me all the support, even when I didn't believe in myself. Now, I just want to share just how special it is for me to be up here today, completing this program with all of you. Because not so long ago, an outcome like this is not something I even thought myself capable of. I dropped out of school when I was younger, and I spent many years working in restaurants, trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And back in January of 2020, I made the decision to go back to school. I enrolled in a community college for an art degree. I took a creative writing and a drawing class, and honestly, that was the scariest thing I had done in a long time. And to think that that would be the beginning of a journey that would lead me here to completing a master's in finance with all of you. To me, that is unthinkable. I truly cannot believe how far we have all come together. So having an opportunity to stand here and share these words means more than you can possibly imagine. Last summer, we started this journey we started this program the way most great journeys begin, completely overwhelmed and undercaffeinated. Last summer, we were the only students on campus, frantically taking a Python and statistics class in just an 8-week, yes, thank you, Hannah, in just an 8-week sprint. I remember we were running from class to class, studying for our stats final while trying to write a trading algorithm in just a couple of weeks. But if this degree has taught us anything, it's how to calculate the probability of success, ignore it, and try it anyway. Those first few weeks now just feel like a blur. We had group projects and deadlines every 48 hours, and I think we all got a little too used to a constant level of panic. I think that each of us had a moment where we wondered if we had made a mistake. But instead of panicking alone, we learned to lean on each other. We built study groups and we made group chats, and those turned into real friendships. We didn't just survive those classes, we passed them and we did it together. But what stuck with me even more was what we learned about resilience. We learned how to stay calm under pressure. We learned how to ask for help and how to collaborate on problems we didn't fully even understand. And honestly, that is far more valuable than any financial model. We didn't just study finance, we had an opportunity to live it. Exploring New York wasn't just a school trip, it was a glimpse into our future, a chance to imagine the careers we were chasing and to realize that we are ready. Before I close, I want to thank one more person. Zita, your support through this program meant the world to me. We've had each other's back since day one when we happened to sit next to each other on that first day of class, and I wouldn't be standing here without you. So as we head on to the next chapter, let's carry forward the most important lessons of this year. Never give up, never stop asking questions, always save your work, and never underestimate what you can do with a good team behind you. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. I'm Charlie Bay Maldred, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you the next group of graduates, the Masters of Science in Finance class of 2025. In just a few moments, the MS in Finance graduates will be invited to the stage one row at a time, beginning with the first MS in Finance student. As you approach, please hand me your name card and I'll read your name and any words of appreciation you've chosen to share. You'll then proceed to Jay Wan, Associate Professor of Finance, and hand him your hood and turn to face the audience. Don't forget to bend your knees if necessary as he places the hood over your shoulders. If needed, feel free to adjust your hair and gown afterward. From there, you'll walk to Dean Blonigan, who will present your diploma and offer his congratulations. Be sure to pause for your photo before exiting the stage and returning to your seat. With that, Jay, Bruce, Kata, please take your places. MSF students in the first row, please stand. Michael Trent. Michael expresses deep gratitude to his mom and sister for their constant support and inspiration throughout his time in the program. Israel Hamario. Zan He Tut. Daniel Crippen. Dan would like to thank his family, friends, and therapist. Alexian Payson. Alexian wants to thank her parents for always supporting her, and happy Father's Day. McWhirter. Haley would like to thank her family for their support through this journey and also wishes her father Happy Father's Day. Zain Ali Shah. Zane says thank you for the love and support to his parents and a shout out to the left side. Emmanuel Lukosius Tiemann. Emmanuel would like to thank his family and the countless others who supported him along the way. Nicholas Slayton. Nicholas wants to thank his family for everything. Ryan Thomas Schroyer. Ryan would like to thank his mom and dad, Beth and Steve. Christian Sauter. Christian wants to thank his folks Philip and Jocelyn for their constant love and support. Fernando Soto Cruz. Fernando would like to thank his mom, Teresa, aunt, Hilda, Dan Candelario, and his girlfriend, April, for their unwavering support throughout this journey. And finally, your last graduate of the MS class of Finance 2025, Liam Quigley. Liam wants to thank Gracie for all her support and love. And now I'd like to turn your attention to our final student speaker, Jillian Weber. Jillian is graduating from the MBA program with a specialization in sustainable business practices. In her 2 years with the program, she served as the president of Graduate Net Impact, vice president of Graduate Women in Business, and head of marketing for the 2024 Summit for Sustainable Organizations. She was able to participate in the Net Impact Consulting projects in 2024 and worked as an energy consultant for Aplamato Partners last summer. She's been employed as a graduate employee for the Insights Research Lab throughout the 24-25 school year and volunteered with the Student Sustainability Center on the Hendricks Park Habitat Restoration Project in 23 and in 2024. She competed in intramural indoor soccer, ran the 2025 Eugene Half Marathon, and obsessively participated in Wednesday night trivia on campus. She attended the MBA experiential learning trips in New York, London, and San Francisco, all 5 net impact site visits to Portland and Seattle, as well as the 2024 Alaska Renewable Energy Conference in Anchorage, the 2024 Building Bridges Unconference in Portland, the 2025 Climate Cap Conference in Berkeley, and the 2024 and 2025 Green Biz Conferences in Phoenix. Yes, she's tired, but she's also very happy. Please welcome Jillian Weber.
Hello, and thank you to the faculty, staff, loved ones, and class of 2025. Before you've officially graduated, I'm going to make you listen to some math. Now, it is estimated that the average person meets roughly 80,000 people in their lifetime. So the odds of 2 strangers randomly meeting are about 80,000 in, assuming for a static population, 8 billion, which is roughly 0.001%. Now, there are roughly 50 of us graduating here today in the MBA. The fact that 50 individuals from all around the world would meet, let alone spend 2 years together and have each unique member of this class be one of their 80,000 is, in math terms, bonkers. And I'm sure there are some statisticians in the room that are going to point out that bonkers is not a math term, and it's not random because we all came here motivated by the MBA. Well, 1, it is now, and it's bonkers you would question me. I literally have an MBA. And 2, the fact that I met you all in a business program is what makes it so statistically improbable. Because I never imagined I would pursue an MBA, let alone give the commencement speech for one. At the beginning of this program, I would go home from class nauseous with the overwhelming feelings of imposter syndrome. I was a young woman coming from a background in environmental science, lacking the business experience and expertise that many of my classmates had in spades. I was afraid that at any moment I would be discovered for a fraud and my spot would be given to someone more worthy of a business education. And I think part of why I was so terrified and felt so out of place is because of my perception of business. Like many tree-hugging vegan environmentalists, I saw business solely as a use of power to hurt people and the planet. And it can be. People all around the world are hurt by leaders that don't believe in anything but the money in their pockets. But thankfully, we were lucky enough to be in a program that didn't shy away from that reality, that required sustainability be a core requirement so that the next business leaders don't disregard the people and ecosystems that have always been more than just a number. We were given the frameworks and tools to not only avoid the mistakes of leaders past, but to become the trailblazers of a better future for business and the world at large. Now, I know that not every person in this class is about to go off and work in renewables, or say start a hemp recycling business. But I believe that through participating in this program and getting to interact with people from all walks of life, we have been changed for good. And throughout our time beyond formal education, we will be faced with these choices of power. We will have the ability to put good into the world or bad, but more commonly and more frustratingly, we will be faced with the choices where the lines are not so clear. And I can't tell you exactly what you'll need to do because, honestly, the situation dictates. But in these times of uncertainty, I want us to remember our time here. I want us to remember one of Jeremy's jokes or one of Kata's smiles, these little moments with people that against all odds you met in your lifetime, that you met in a program where we were taught to understand business and care. And I know now that I fit in here because I care so much. I mean, I care about the planet and I care about office hours with Josh Scove that turn into multi-hour conversations. I care about movies with Ari at the Cinemark in Springfield and tailgates at Autzen. I care about Casey finding time to build a snowman with me because I'd never woken up to snow before, and Corey jumping in the Willamette with me in the heat of summer. I care about the daily phone calls with my incredible parents where they listen to me rant just like this. And I care about weekly trivia and Tuesday bike resets with Mariah and conferences with Jeremy and drinks at Rennie's with my friends that I met by a statistical miracle. And I bet you could guess, but I also care about this very moment where I get to look at all the people wearing the same outfit as me and holding the same bittersweet feelings that come with goodbye. It's exciting to graduate, but we don't know when or where all of us will get to exist in the same space again. I mean, the math says it's bonkers. But thankfully, that math is one of the few things I don't care about. Because you bright people are not just a number. You are individuals that put their lives on hold to sit in a classroom for 2 years with a bunch of strangers from diverse backgrounds and unfamiliar specializations. We all took a chance and were surrounded by people very different from ourselves, but people that cared. So please, no matter what career you pursue or how far away you get from Eugene, when you're inevitably faced with a difficult choice and you don't know what to do, remember that there's more to life than the numbers, and remember to care. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Thank you, Jillian. And thank you as well to Charlie and Stephanie for guiding us through the hooding of our Master of Accounting and MS in Finance students. I'm Joshua Scove, Senior Instructor of Management and Academic Director for the Center for Sustainable Business Practices. I've had the privilege of teaching many of the students gathered here in this final group, and it's a real honor to be a part of this moment as we celebrate the culmination of your MBA journey. I also want to quickly acknowledge again that it is Father's Day. I received this morning from my 2 daughters this little box of cards. It's 100 emergency dad jokes. I will not tell them all now, but I will be available during the reception afterwards if people need some support. I'll just remind you that telling a dad joke, if you're not a parent, is a real faux pas. So now, MBAs, it's your turn. Time to prove you were paying attention. Just like the students before you, you will come up row by row. When you reach the stage, hand me your name card, and I'll read your name along with any words of thanks that you have included. You'll then be hooded by Ed and Chill, MBA program, academic director, and receive your diploma cover, just the cover, from Dean Blonigan. Be sure to pause for a photo here before returning to your seat. And yes, like everyone else, you will get the actual diploma in the mail later this summer. Eden, Bruce, Kata, are we ready? Jillian Ray Madruga Weber. Jillian would like to thank her parents, Jim and Betsy, for always picking up the phone. Their never-ending love and support made this journey possible. Corey Cullen. Corey would like to thank friends and family, but mostly his lovely wife, Chelsea. Thank you for your unwavering support of me, Rip, and Ace. Jace Lawrence DeWalt. Thank you to my family for your continued support. Nicole Danilevsky. Thank you to my mom and dad for helping support me through my tumultuous education journey. Without their unconditional love and encouragement, I wouldn't be standing here. Morgan Elizabeth Sanders. Morgan would like to thank her family, friends, and UO faculty for their continued support throughout this program. Cole Dennis Leeper. Thank you to my family for everything. Patra Watanyuta. Patra would like to thank her family and friends, especially Ifoma, Doris, Trinity, June, and ChatGPT, for their support throughout her MBA journey. Doris Mawuena Agra. Doris would like to thank Jesus, her family, Captain Theodore, Paul, Isaac, and Mercy Manti, Pam, Ifoma, Trinity, Melody, and the ISAV team, the GH Students Association, Summit Creek, George Plange, Prince Matthews, Priscilla Kufi, and the entire MBA cohort for their support through this journey. Trinity Michelle Turner. Trinity would like to thank her husband, family, and friends for their love and support throughout her academic journey. Brianna Marie Clark. Brianna thanks her family and friends for always believing in her, cheering her on, and filling this journey with love, laughter, and endless support. Jazkiran Kar Alek. Jazkiran would like to thank her loved ones for their unwavering support throughout every step, struggle, and success in this unforgettable chapter. Ryan Eichmann. William Katsianis. Billy would like to thank his wife, family, and friends for their support to complete the MBA while working full-time. Matthew Pham. Matthew would like to extend his gratitude to his family, friends, and cohort for their constant support and encouragement throughout this unforgettable MBA journey. Nicholas Dario Borbor. Nicholas would like to thank his family for lifting him during his lowest moments with unwavering love, strength, and support. He walks today because of them. Thomas Damari. Tom would like to thank his parents, siblings Dominic and Amelia, along with the friends he has made these past 2 years. Jeremy Pledger. Jeremy would like to thank Jeremy, and Nick Saban. Jesse Alexandre Summers. Mia Manny. Mia would like to thank her family and friends for their encouragement and support during this graduate school journey. Bradley Thomas Mullen. Bradley would like to thank his parents, brother, and sister for their support, as well as a happy Father's Day. Tom Jenkins Jr. Tom would like to thank his amazing family, especially his mom and dad, for their support in reaching this milestone today, along with his younger brother, Weston, especially. Kenneth Nichols. Ken would like to thank my partner, Elizabeth, for her support. Creighton Montgomery Stearns Schaefer. Thank you to my lovely wife, Lauren, for all her support throughout the program. Mariah Biederman. Mariah is grateful for her new friendships, to her dad and Kata for their steady support, and Pavel for literally joining alongside her through the madness. Lucas Liu Shuxiang. Lucas would like to thank his family and friends for their support and encouragement throughout this incredible journey. Marco Diaz. Thank you to my wife. You stuck with me through late nights, endless strategy talk, and way too many group projects. You listened, encouraged, and somehow stayed patient while I turned our lives into one long MBA case study. This degree has my name on it, but it is ours. I could not have done this without you. Benjamin Hathaway. Abigail Brianna Gisevich. Thank you. Thank you to my family for supporting me throughout it all. I love you. Christiana Sturtak. Christiana would like to thank her family, especially her mom and dad, for their unwavering support, love, and guidance throughout her MBA, athletics, and life. Aaron Jang Hyun Sung. Aaron deeply thanks his beloved wife Hyejin, daughter Chia Eun, his parents who flew from Korea, and the class of 2025, lifelong blessings and friends. Brian Mickelson. Brian would like to thank Kata, John, and Josh for their dedication and support, and to the Jeremys, who made this journey even more memorable. Nuruz Navid. Thanks to my wife, my father, and mother. Lastly, my 2 sons and friends. Pray for peace in the world. Kai Selah Jones. Kai would like to thank her mother, sister, partner, mentors, LA, and Craig, and players for their support throughout this journey. Nathan Kornakia. I'd like to thank his beautiful wife, Brittany, for her support. Haris Izar. I would like to thank my wife and kids and my parents for all the love and support throughout this journey. Nathan Joseph Hyde. Nathan would like to thank Christina and the current members, alumni, and faculty advisors of UOIG, OCG, and UOMIG for their mentorship and support. Deshaun King. Deshaun would like to thank everyone for being in my life, Don, Denise, Thomas, Mr. Menlo, and the 25-year-old Lashun King. Melissa Bayan. Melissa would like to thank her family for all their help and support throughout the MBA program. Gregory Dean Marlowe. Thank you to my parents for their lifelong support, my grandparents, mother-in-law, and especially my lovely wife and children. Olu Adebayo Ashalu. Olu would like to thank his family, John, Ashley, Sloan, and Carmelo, for their support. Love you guys. Suprawit Bilate. Supra would like to thank Mr. Market. He has rewarded him well so far, teaching brilliant lessons in patience, resilience, discipline, and long-term thinking. Samuel George Dukes. Ariana Mariah Bernard. Ariana would like to thank her grandparents, for their tremendous and immeasurable support throughout the last long 8 years of higher education. Tyler James DeSmith. Christopher Arena, Jr. Brandon Takeshi Vicuña. Brandon thanks his incredible family, friends, and dog Ivy for their unwavering support, love, and encouragement throughout his journey to graduation. Emilio Zilkowski. Emilio would like to thank his parents, family, and friends for their endless support, love, and belief in him throughout this journey. Camila Elaine Believa Wilson. Cammie sends her love to Mom, Dad, Corey, Charlie, L.A., Craig, and her MBA besties for being the most amazing support village ever.
All right, that was awesome. Congratulations again, class of 2025. Let's give them a little applause. As students you have been, and as alumni you will be, the heart of our Lundquist College of Business and the University of Oregon. We hope you will update us on your journey over the years, and we can't wait to see what you achieve. So, as we make preparations to conclude our ceremony, we are at that time, we'd like to invite you to join your graduates, I'm talking to family and friends now, and the Lundquist College faculty in the Lillis Atrium and the North Lawn for a reception immediately following the ceremony. Your graduate will be exiting the arena at a separate location. If you have not already arranged a meeting location, please meet them back at Lillis, which is our business complex. Lillis is located at 13th Avenue, and it's right near the Duck Store. So faculty will exit first, followed by the graduates as we go out with our processional. Graduates, as we exit, you will remain standing until your row is cued by your line marshal. And now, accompanied by the unofficial anthem of the University of Oregon, faculty and graduates, will you please stand and remain standing. You can also dance a little bit if you want, for our recessional. I now present to you the class of 2025.
You know you make me wanna kick my heels up and throw my hands up and throw my head back and come on now, don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will. Say it right now, baby. Say you will. Come on, come on. Say you will. Say that you will. Say you will. Say that you love me. Say that you need me. Say that you want me. Say you wanna please me. Say come on now. Say come on now. Say come on now. Say I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You've been good to me, baby. Better than I've been to myself. Hey, hey. And if you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else. Hey, hey. I said I want you to know. I said I want you to know right now. You know you make me wanna You've been so good to me. You've been so good to me. You know you make me wanna lift my head up and throw my hands back and come on now, come on now, a little bit softer 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 now.